Have you ever witnessed a single moment that changed everything without anyone saying a single word? Stay with this story until the very end, because what unfolded after one unexpected meeting became a chain of emotions that no one could have predicted. Every smile carried a hidden meaning. Every glance concealed another question. And one quiet gesture would leave everyone wondering whether fate had just rewritten a story that was never supposed to exist. If you enjoy emotional cdrama-style storytelling filled with suspense, surprising twists, and unforgettable moments, then subscribe and join us, because this journey is only beginning. The afternoon sun painted the studio courtyard in warm golden light as preparations continued for another busy day of filming. Crew members hurried between cameras, costume racks, and lighting equipment while conversations blended into the familiar rhythm of a production set. Everything appeared perfectly ordinary until an elegant woman stepped through the entrance. She carried herself with quiet confidence and a gentle smile that immediately caught the attention of everyone nearby. Staff members greeted her warmly, with obvious respect. Some whispered that she had come to visit someone special, while others simply admired the calm presence she brought into the already crowded location. Not far away, Tian Xiwei had just finished rehearsing a difficult emotional scene. She accepted a bottle of water from a crew assistant before casually looking toward the entrance. At first, there was nothing unusual about the visitor. Then she noticed Zhang Linghe walking quickly across the courtyard with a smile brighter than anyone had seen all morning. The serious expression he had worn during filming disappeared almost instantly. Without hesitation, he reached the woman and gently held her hand. It was not a dramatic gesture. It was simple, natural, and filled with warmth. The surrounding crew paused for a brief moment before returning to work with smiles of their own. Tian Xiwei remained completely still. From where she stood, she watched the quiet exchange unfold. She noticed the way Zhang Linghe laughed as he spoke. She noticed how carefully he guided the woman across the busy filming area, making sure she avoided cables and equipment scattered across the ground. There was something deeply genuine about the entire moment. No cameras were filming. No director was giving instructions. No performance was required. It was simply a quiet act of kindness. For a brief second, Tian Xiwei lowered her eyes as though reflecting on something only she could understand. One of the makeup artists beside her smiled softly. That moment says more than any interview ever could. Tian Xiwei looked back toward the pair just as Zhang Linghe introduced the woman to several members of the production team. Warm greetings quickly turned into laughter. Even the usually busy assistant directors paused long enough to welcome the unexpected guest. The atmosphere across the set somehow became lighter. No one could explain why. Perhaps genuine family moments carried a different kind of energy. As filming resumed, Tian Xiwei tried focusing on her upcoming scene, but her thoughts wandered back to what she had witnessed only minutes earlier. During a short break, she quietly walked toward one corner of the set where the historical costumes had been arranged. She watched from a distance as Zhang Linghe patiently explained different filming props to his mother. Every explanation was met with proud smiles and curious questions. She could not help smiling herself. There was something refreshing about seeing someone known for grand performances become simply a devoted son sharing his everyday world with a parent. One assistant director jokingly commented that Zhang Linghe suddenly looked years younger whenever his mother was nearby. The surrounding crew laughed. Even Zhang Linghe laughed after overhearing the comment. His mother playfully shook her head before gently patting his shoulder. The simple exchange filled the courtyard with warmth that no script could ever recreate. Tian Xiwei quietly turned away for a moment. Not because she felt uncomfortable, because the scene reminded her of something precious. Family. Memories. The people who quietly stand behind every achievement without ever asking for recognition. When filming resumed, everyone noticed a subtle difference in Tian Xiwei. Her performance carried even greater emotion. Every expression felt more natural. Every smile seemed more heartfelt. After the director called cut, silence filled the set for several seconds before loud applause erupted from every direction. "That was incredible," someone whispered. Even veteran crew members admitted the performance felt unusually sincere. Nobody realized that perhaps the quiet family moment she had witnessed earlier had inspired emotions impossible to recreate through rehearsal alone. As evening approached, the production organized a small dinner for cast and crew. Zhang Linghe invited his mother to join everyone. Conversations flowed naturally across the long dining table. Stories from childhood filled the room with laughter. His mother shared amusing memories that immediately embarrassed him. The cast laughed together as Zhang Linghe covered his face, while insisting those stories remain family secrets forever. Even Tian Xiwei laughed harder than anyone expected. The atmosphere became wonderfully relaxed. No interviews. No bright stage lights. Only ordinary people sharing extraordinary memories. Later that evening, Tian Xiwei stepped outside onto the quiet garden pathway surrounding the studio. Soft lights reflected across nearby trees, while a gentle evening breeze carried the distant sounds of laughter from inside. She paused for a moment before looking back through the restaurant window. She watched Zhang Linghe helping his mother with her chair before serving her tea with quiet respect. A gentle smile appeared across her face. Sometimes the smallest gestures reveal the biggest truths. Success may impress audiences. Awards may decorate shelves. But genuine kindness remains unforgettable. When Tian Xiwei returned inside, she greeted Zhang Linghe's mother warmly and thanked her for visiting the set because her presence had somehow brightened the entire day. His mother smiled kindly before replying that every production becomes easier when everyone treats one another like family. Those words stayed with Tian Xiwei long after the dinner ended. Days later, the cast continued filming demanding scenes filled with emotional dialogue and challenging action sequences. Whenever exhaustion appeared, someone would remember the peaceful visit that had reminded everyone why simple human connections mattered. Crew members worked with renewed enthusiasm. The atmosphere across the production became noticeably warmer. Even newcomers commented that the set felt unusually welcoming compared with many other projects. Nobody could fully explain the change. Perhaps inspiration arrives in unexpected forms. Perhaps one quiet family visit had encouraged everyone to appreciate the people standing beside them each day. Months later, as the production neared completion, many cast members reflected on their favorite behind-the-scenes memories. Some mentioned difficult action scenes. Others remembered funny mistakes during filming. But more than one person quietly recalled the peaceful afternoon, when everyone paused just long enough to witness a simple act of family affection that reminded them success means little without the people who helped you reach it. And somewhere in those memories remained Tian Xiwei's quiet smile as she watched a son proudly hold his mother's hand. Not because it created headlines, not because it sparked rumors, but because it reflected something timeless: respect, gratitude, family. Sometimes the moments that audiences never see become the ones remembered forever. And perhaps that is the greatest story of all.